Hello, my darling, dearest Scorpios. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is the reading for March 2022. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. Please become a member of the station. It's $2.99 a month. Membership, access to the members-only videos, which are arranged by astrological sign, and I do weeklies every week. That's why they're called weeklies. As many of you know, I myself am a Scorpio, and I do a different order every time I do the 12 videos. And the last go around, I began with Scorpio, and this time I'm ending with Scorpio. Why is that? Because I'm extreme. Aside from that, it was just easy because I have Virgo rising, and it's like I already had a little list. So it's like, well, let me just go up the thing instead of like, throwing away a whole piece of paper. That was part of it, being practical. Anyway, I got really good news today, and I'm really grateful, and I'm so relieved. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm so freaking relieved. I don't want to get into it, but I got really good news, so I'm really happy. And I'm really moving forward a lot in terms of my website, in terms of a lot of things, I have a lot of goals and a lot of actions to take. And I have been like, get out of my way. Like, I got stuff to do. So I've been doing it. And, I've started to see some results, which is wonderful, because sometimes you just keep on doing something and it's like, I haven't seen anything. But now I am. All right. Please visit my website, ripecolor.com. I have astrology t-shirts, astrology mugs. I have scarves. I have bags. I have lots of stuff. 2, 3. Lots of messages. The 8 is awareness. And it's, I almost feel like there's this intuitive hits and physical things coming at you. There's a lot of like quick action in this card. Swiftness. It's also swiftness. And speaking of swiftness, so that, sometimes this guy can bring negative news, but he also can bring new ideas, new brainstorms, new perspectives, and like they just kind of fly through. It's like, oh, I never thought of it like that, and it could come from an individual, like somebody out there, or it could just come from you, right? But it could come, sometimes, you get these, you're standing on the corner waiting for for the traffic to go by, and you're like, I wonder, or you see somebody and they kind of inspire you to like put 2 colors together, which happens to me a lot. Or I don't know, you just have some of these random thoughts, which I think it's going to be this random thought. But the random thought is the King of Cups. I mean, the King of Cups is my favorite king. And, he's, what really makes him powerful? I mean, all the kings have their own energy, right? But the King of Cups is so powerful because he's been through so much shit. And at the end of the day, no matter what he's been through, he has generosity of heart. He has generosity of heart, and he offers something. It's like, after all you've been through, the poorest people are the most charitable, right? Like, that's the way it goes, right? He also has this innate ability to listen, to receive the message, right? He's really empathic. So he receives messages, intuition, healing, guidance, understanding, emotional understanding. So what are they? Emotional intelligence. This is emotional intelligence. Nice beginning. Oh, I pulled 2 cards. I never pulled 2 cards. I got the Emperor. You're the one in charge, and you're the one who's in charge of your stability, and you have clear vision. toward what's going to bring you happiness and what's going to fulfill you. Nice. Tables are turning. And I can only speak for myself, you know, because I'm a little self-centered, just a little. Just a little. This is like the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning like in your favor. And not only is the wheel turning in your favor, it's a karmic card, it's the end of something, it's a 10, but it's also like the evolution of you as a human, as a soul. It's like, you know, it's like skipping a grade in a way. It's like skipping a grade. It's like, okay, I know that, you know, you're in 4th grade, but you really belong in 6th grade because like you got the math, you understand the English, you really belong in 6th grade. Like, and we're going to put you in 6th grade. A little bit like that. The other thing is whenever I get, you know, these are the 4 fixed signs. Whenever I get this card of the world, which also has the 4 6 fixed signs for a fixed sign, I feel like it's double. It always feels like it's that much more potent. And we have 2 10s. So there's definitely an end to something. There's definitely an end to something, which, you know, personally, thank you. All right. An end to the heartache. An end to the poverty. An end to the feeling left out. Persevere in the joy in your heart. Persevere in the memory and in the feeling of receiving a gift, the feeling of being understood, of being loved. You know, because you hang on to that, and it's almost like hanging on to the innocence. That's what it is. It's kind of like hanging on to the innocence, not hanging on, but utilizing it, right? Having a memory of it and being able to bring it into the reality that we live in today. Here goes my voice, 12 in a row. That's why I have my water. I sound like a cross between Lauren Bacall and Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck is my favorite. Entrepreneurship, relying on one's own abilities, one's own intuition. Little birdie's talking to her, in order to stand on your own 2 feet financially. Beginning of a new journey. Ooh. Is that dog saying, let's go to Mexico? Mexico. Did you hear that? The Fool is a fascinating card. I'm going to go deep into the Fool. I've done it before, but I'm going to do it again. The Fool is a 0. It's the first card in the deck. Without the Fool, there's no story. It's the beginning of the story. It's like the energy of Aries. It's like the explosion that happens. It's a 0. So a lot of the ancients understood the 0, and the 0 is perfect that it's a circle because it's a cycle. It encompasses everything. It encompasses creation. It encompasses chaos. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's the energy of the Fool. Like anything can happen, and I'm going to go out. You know, like it's almost like they say on the, you know, like you're listening to the radio in the morning, like in a bad movie. You're listening to the radio in the morning, you know, and the DJ says, "Hey, anything can happen today," and you know, it's like, well, let me see. You know, you're wearing your robe, drinking your coffee, and you go outside. And, you know, the sky turns pink, or, you know, flamingos start, you know, you live in Northern Canada and flamingos start flying by, or, you know, it's like that. It's like, what? Anything can happen. That's the energy of the Fool. And he's like open and curious and optimistic and willing to take a chance. Willing to take a chance. And This is interesting because I never know with this card. I have to throw another one. Does he take the gift or doesn't he? Is he like, I'm good? Or does he say, thank you? I think I will take this opportunity. I think I will take this healing. I think I will take this intuitive hit. Will I uncross my arms? Am I going to uncross my, are you going to uncross your arms? Let's see what the next card has to say. It's very exciting. That was bad. You know, I always wanted a DJ thing so I can have sound. Yep, you're going to take it. Yep. Yep. So this is choice and it's expansion. I always see this as expansion, the opportunity to have the world in his hands. It could mean a trip. This was fertile, but it was limited. You see how it's attached to the wall? So I never noticed that until this week. So, and the weird thing is like I almost had a deja vu because I remember seeing it in the cards years ago, and then I hadn't seen it for years. And this is a new deck, you know, but it's still a Rider-Waite. But this is attached to the wall, or so it seems. Maybe it's not, but it seems like this was a fertile thing, but it was limited. This is expansive, and it looks toward a bigger picture. He has the world in his hands. He has the world in his hands. You know, he's got the world in his hands. I could start singing, but then you'll never become a member. And it's based in these beautiful roses, and the roses are a symbol of Venus. It's a symbol of the quintessence. It's a symbol of love, purity, of innocence, even if it's a red rose, passion. So I feel like he will, or you will, take the gifts that are offered, right? And expand and perhaps take a trip. And I think by the end of I'm pretty sure by the end of March, I will definitely be in Mexico. Because I pretty much have taken care of, I mean, I have a lot more to do, but I have a plan of how I'm going to take care of things on this end and have the scarves available on my website. I made a lot of new scarves and t-shirts and blah, 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 blah. So I have a friend who's going to ship them for me. And then the mugs and the other stuff, I don't make anyway. I mean, I designed them, but somebody else manufactures them and then they send them all over the world. So, you know, that's easy. And I can certainly do readings because I'm going to be doing readings from Mexico as I have before. So that is my plan because I need to regroup and kind of like be in an unfamiliar environment to decide what the next actions are going to be for me. And it's a lot less expensive for me to live in Mexico for a few months than it is to live in New York City. That's for sure. And then I get to, you know, be in a place that I love. Be in a place that I love with a person that I love, you know, my friend, but I love, right? And I get to practice Spanish and walk a lot in March. And you know how March can be in the States. It's like, oh, spring is here. It's like a March snowstorm is like far worse than a January or February snowstorm because it's like, this was supposed to be over. Anyway, it looks good. It looks hopeful. And I feel like there's a real healing going on and the end of something and the beginning of something new, you know. The Fool is, in a certain way, really one of the most fascinating of all of the cards because it's almost like, you know what I feel about the Fool? Not only is it the zero, it's almost like it's pre-birth. I feel like the one who gets born is the Magician, the next card, the one. He's pre-birth. So it's sort of like, you know, it's almost like being in that pre-birth place where it's like, well, you know I was due on this and this day, but I think I want to come out early. Or I knew I was doing this and this day, but I think I'm going to come out late. And everybody thought I was going to look like my mother, but actually I look like my father. Or, everybody in my blood family is 5'2" and I'm 6'4". It's like that. Surprise. All right. Blessings. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope you have the loveliest March ever. I hope I do too. I hope we all do. Blessings. See you soon.